All right, welcome in, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready. What are we getting into today?
Today, we're tackling a concept that, I'll be honest, might not sound super exciting at first glance. We're diving into the idea of sacrifice.
Sacrifice, huh? Okay, I'm intrigued. Where are we drawing our insights from?
Well, we've got some excerpts from Pastor Ben's book, aptly titled Sacrifice. And before you tune out thinking this is all about giving stuff up, let me assure you, it goes much deeper. We're talking about the spiritual dimension of sacrifice, how it can actually lead to some pretty incredible personal growth, and even, get this, a deeper connection with, well, the divine.
Okay, now you've got my attention. I'm sensing this isn't your typical give up chocolate for Lent kind of sacrifice, right?
Right, we're going beyond those surface-level interpretations and exploring how different spiritual traditions view sacrifice, because honestly, it does seem kind of counterintuitive at first. Why would giving something up be a good thing?
Exactly. And Pastor Ben dives right into that, defining sacrifice as surrendering something you value to a deity.
So it's about giving up something important. There's got to be a bigger purpose behind it, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's not about deprivation for the sake of deprivation. The idea is that by letting go, by making that sacrifice, we open ourselves up to something greater. We create space for spiritual growth, for a connection with the divine. It's like saying, okay, I trust there's something more important than what I'm holding on to right now.
And that's where the quality of the sacrifice comes in, right? Pastor Ben really hammers home the point that quality trumps quantity. What's he getting at there?
He's saying it's not about making this big show of giving something up. It's about the internal shift, the sincerity behind the act. The true measure lies in the state of your heart, not the size of your offering. Think of the story of Abraham being willing to sacrifice his son. It's not the actual act that's being celebrated. It's Abraham's obedience, the depth of his faith. That's the true sacrifice.
So it's more about surrendering your ego, your desires, even when it involves something you deeply cherish. That gets me thinking about how we might apply this concept to everyday life. Are there smaller, less dramatic ways to practice sacrifice? I mean, not all of us are going to be asked to, no.
Right, but absolutely there are less dramatic ways to practice sacrifice. Think about it. Choosing patience over anger, extending forgiveness instead of holding a grudge, those are sacrifices too. It's about aligning your actions with your values even when it's tough. Pastor Ben talks about offering yourself as a living sacrifice, which I think beautifully captures this idea.
I love that phrase, living sacrifice. What does that look like in a practical sense?
It's about dedicating your time, your energy, your talents to something bigger than yourself. It's about constantly striving to live in a way that honors your values and serves a higher purpose. It's about showing up even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable.
So why bother with any of this? What's the benefit of embracing sacrifice in our lives? It can't all be about self-denial, right?
Definitely not. Pastor Ben argues that embracing sacrifice brings us closer to God, invites blessings, and fuels spiritual growth. He even references Luke 6:38, which says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom."
Wow, that's a powerful image. So it's about more than just receiving material wealth. It's about opening yourself up to abundance in all areas of life, right?
Exactly. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of generosity and abundance. The more you give, the more you open yourself to receive, not just materially, but in all aspects of life.
There's this one quote from Pastor Ben that really struck me, and I'll be honest, it's a little intimidating. He says, "The sacrifice that doesn't break you will not make you." What do you make of that?
I think it speaks to the transformative power of pushing past your comfort zone. True growth, real change, often comes from those sacrifices that require you to stretch, to evolve. Those challenges we overcome, they're what shape us into the people we're meant to become.
It's about those moments where you have to dig deep and find the strength to keep going. And that seems to connect back to what Pastor Ben says about love and giving. You can give without loving, but you cannot love without giving. If you love immeasurably, you will give immeasurably. It's like the more you love, the more natural it becomes to give, to sacrifice.
Absolutely. Love and giving are intertwined. True sacrifice comes from a place of love and devotion, not obligation. It's about wanting to contribute, to connect, and to live a life that reflects your deepest values.
So for everyone listening, here's a little something to ponder as we wrap up our deep dive. What's one small sacrifice you can make this week? The one that aligns with your values, with your goals. Remember, it doesn't have to be this grand gesture. Maybe it's choosing quality time with loved ones over scrolling through your phone, or offering a helping hand to someone in need, or simply choosing kindness even when you're feeling stressed. Let this deep dive inspire you to explore how you can embrace sacrifice in all its forms in your own life.
And who knows, maybe that one small sacrifice will lead to something truly extraordinary.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery, everyone. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.